Hey guys, today I bring you a new car with a new review. This is a, guess it, Mitsubishi, and it's an Outlander, first generation. So we're gonna review this car today. This Mitsubishi first generation Outlander was launched in 2003 and it didn't survive long actually. It lasted only 3 years because 2006 the production has stopped and 2007 the second generation was launched. So it's pretty rare car to find on our roads today. It's not that common. So this car was actually called in Japan in 2001 the Mitsubishi Airtrack, and it had a slightly different face from the front. And this car obviously belongs to the compact SUV class category with 454 centimeters in length, 178 centimeters in width, and 168 centimeters in height. This car was designed by the designer Olivier Boulet, which is a French designer. He worked at Daimler-Benz in 1987, and he was responsible for the design of the C-Class and the S-Class exteriors at the time. Then he moved out of Mercedes. He was responsible also for the design of the Subaru Legacy second generation and other cars like Maybach 57 and 62 when he returned back to Mercedes. And he occupied actually a higher position in Mitsubishi and was responsible for the, let's say, design language of the Mitsubishis back in 2003 onward. So starting with the front design of the car, as you can see, and straight away I see something I don't like, which is this badge here. This badge here is kinda small compared to this area here. I don't know. I think it will be better looking if it was a little bit bigger, maybe. But other than that, for the time, for 2003, I really love this design. It's very simple, very straightforward lines, no cluttered design, no anything, as we shall see now. So we start first with the grille. The grille is divided first into two parts. Then each part is divided also in two parts in itself, as you can see, with the oblique lines here act as an air vents, and with the strong character line here. Same thing goes to the other side. This part of the grille ends right here and it's flush with the bumper. I like this sense of continuity here. So moving to the lights, as you can see, an eye-shaped lights housing the indicators. It kind of reminds me of the Subarus and the Mitsubishi's Evo Lancers back in the time. Same design language. Nothing is going on down here. But this is also a big air vent, big air intake here, as you can see. Same thing goes to this side. We have a character line here and it fades away here. Also this line here, this line surrounds the whole car, as I will show you from the side. So from the side we have a line here that starts and fades away with a fender here. And by the way, strong muscular fenders, as I will show you, give a good stance to the car. And when it fades here, it restarts again. Look, It goes all the way through the door handles, through the rear handle also, and you can see it goes through the rear light here, and it disappears. That's a nice touch. Also, we have shoulder line here. Sits flush with the door seals. This line also restarts here and gently fades away. I would like to show you something about the bonnet. So this, to emphasize this, let's say, structure or shape here, there is a continuity here on the bonnet with two major character lines, which they gently fade away in the end of the bonnet. Yeah, it's actually, when you first see it, you say, it's another SUV, but there is something going on, you know. Simplistic design, very simple, nothing much going on, but there are some nice touches to it to make it stand out. Say muscular skirts, side skirts, and this line which I showed you from the front, which from here wraps around the car, all of it, even through the rear bumper. We have elliptical indicators. We have a normal shaped, let's say, dare I say it, wind mirror. We have roof bars, a big glass area, nicely shaped pillars, big glass area here, alloy wheels with disc brakes in the rear, 5 branches alloy wheels with disc brakes, and the same goes to the front, of course. And this is the general view of the car from the side. I never thought that I would like this car, but it's kind of growing on me. So from the rear, general view first, and the first thing you see is that the rear lights mimic the front headlights. So it's a nice touch, and I really like this design. It also reminds me of the Subarus of that time, the Impreza ones. Yeah, it's really nice. I know it's a sin to say a Mitsubishi looks like a Subaru, because they are forever competitors, at least back in the past. But yeah, so starting with the rear design, we have big, nice, chunky spoiler housing a rear brake light, which Mitsubishi to choose not to make it red but white. Big glass area here, even extends to the sides, which is a nice touch. Smart looking rear lights, fairly simple design, but they extend also to the sides, which is a nice touch. We have a small character line here, which starts from the lights, gently fades away. The same also goes for the other side, of course. We have also a handle for the tailgate. It's quite big, but the actual handle is here. As you can see, it's only this part. This ruins the design somehow. The badge should be bigger, or maybe less. Yeah, maybe no. The badge actually, this is proportional to the rear end, but the front one is not. Moving to the lower part, we have this line which I told you extends and wraps around the whole car. It's also continuous here. We have some parking sensors, some reflective light. Was added by previous owner or the current owner, I don't know, but this is not a factory. All around, it's a good looking SUV. Good looking SUV. Me personally, I don't like SUVs that much. I think, and myself, I will never buy an SUV, but this is maybe a contender and a good looking one. From the side here, I should mention we have a rectangular filler cap, which is quite big actually. So with the exterior design done, we go to the interior. So first we're gonna start with the door, driver's door, and quite a big door with a nice large opening, as you shall see. Easy access, plastics, hard, scratchy, brutal, cheap quality plastics. The door handle, very sturdy, good quality. This will stand the test of time. Yeah, nice one. Chrome-like inserts, but these are plastic and a very good quality, as you can see, starting to fade away. Posed metal screws with a storage compartment. We have 4 electric windows. This is to control the operation of the windows from the driver's side. No padding here, or little to no, let's say. Yeah, it's a better quality plastic than the upper part, but it somehow looks padded, but no, it's not padded, it's not comfortable. Yeah, we have some velour here, velour to alleviate the door a little bit. We have circular design for the speakers, and we have a letterbox here, I guess. Yeah, this storage is very useless, maybe for cars or some things, but it's not useful at all. I was expecting something bigger for especially family SUV like this. This is the door. We have also a tweeter in the door. This is the access. We have some door seals here. Chrome effect. This is a better quality actually. It stood the test of time. Nicely shaped. We have the Outlander original carpets, which is something really nice to see. The seats now. We have a mix of fabric, and the center is velour. And I really like, honestly. They are very comfortable, not bad. Of course, they're wearing out from usage, but yeah, I think they are likable. Especially this velour texture adds some quality to the seats. Yeah. This is the height adjustment for the seat. This is the back adjustment. And you can slide it, of course, forward and backwards accordingly. Moving here to the lower part of the dashboard, we have the hood release. We have a secret, but now not so secret, storage compartment here. And I think the owner, from the dirt you can see here, the owner does not know about this. I will make sure to tell him, because he cleaned the whole car, but this he didn't notice. So controls, I would say ergonomically it's not well placed. These are the controls for the external wind mirrors. This is to adjust the lighting of the instrument cluster, and this is to adjust the height of the headlights. This is the control here. This is the control of the steering wheel, and it's not assisted, just fold down, as you can see. That's the control for the rear fog lights. So I'm gonna get in the car and film the rest of the interior. So here we are inside of the Mitsubishi Mark I Outlander, and this is a general view of the interior. It's a good looking interior. Quality is terrible, honestly. But the design here, for example, reminds me of the Alfa Romeo's 147, 156, which is not bad, good looking. And we have this huge ellipse running across the dashboard. The center is gray, as you can see further down. So starting with the left side, we have a circular air vent with chrome-like accents. Easy function. Air vents there also. The side window. Here, reset. This is rear fog light. Controls for the light and indicators. Usual controls for the wipers and the steering wheel. Let's try to adjust it up and down, but no reach adjustment, only up and down. And it's only a little adjustment and then on the steering wheel. So moving to the clusters, as you can see, kilometers that this car has done. This is to control the onboard computer. You can see it's fairly simple design. This is for the indicators. The wheel, it houses the horn and the airbag. So, moving to the center, we have, of course, circular air vents with chrome accents, both sides, and we have a digital clock. I have a clock which has the name Mitsubishi on it. Nice touch. Looks cheap, but nice touch. And by the way, the buttons to adjust it are neatly hidden here, as you can see. This and that. Quite good looking. Aftermarket stereo, storage compartment here, and we have the controls for the climate. So the climate is fairly simple. You adjust from here. This is temperature. First we open it. It has an auto function or a manual function like this. Open air vents. This is the direction of the air, as you can see. Air recirculation, rear window defrost, and the temperature. Moving further down, we have the emergency indicator switch, and this is where the cigarette lighter is supposed to go. As I don't know if you can see it, but we have storage compartment there, here, and an ashtray. That is the actual cigarette lighter. Coin holder, 5-speed manual gearbox, traditional, old school, good to hold. Handbrake, plastics here, very cheap, nasty, should I say it. 2 cup holders, which I will test now. Start with 1 liter bottle. No, maybe a half-liter bottle. Goes in perfectly, as you can see. Moving down, so we have armrest with no much storage, but if you open the lower compartment, you have some storage, but also it's not big, not really big. As for space here, the seating position is very sporty. This is a car-like seating position, and everything falls nicely to the hands. Steering wheel, very good. I like this. To the top, we don't have a handle here, but we have a clip to hold some cards and a vanity mirror without lights, which is a shame. Up here we have a normal internal mirror and lights. Yeah, fairly simple. I really like this. The switches are really nice to press. Function related to the doors. Here, do we have light? No, we don't. But we have a handle. Let's see if it's nicely sprung. No, it isn't. The headliner feels cheap, but you know, it's a good practical car. It's a workhorse, this car. So from the back, as you can see, first thing I notice, the rear door opening is not very wide. Somehow hinders the access to the rear seats. This part, some intrusion, and it's not a wide opening. So starting with the door panel, we have hard plastics here, solid door handle, lock and lock for each door, and the central lock from the driver's side, by the way. Storage compartment here with exposed screws, control for the rear window. No storage compartment, no it's nothing here, just a blank space. Circular speakers and lower inserts to liven things up. Child lock here. So going inside, the wheelbase, by the way, is 262 centimeters, and I'm sitting fairly comfortably here. I am 187 centimeters in height, and I'm sitting rather, it's very spacious shoulder wise. As for headroom, I have about 7 or 8 centimeters in the headroom. Knee room here, as you can see. footwells are really big, so much space, and there is not a big hump on the floor here. It can sit 3 people comfortably here, as you can see. So I'm gonna move to the center seat and show you. Here's the footwell, and yeah, it's really nice. I'm gonna show you the armrest, which is a nice feature here. And you open it like this. Hook up holders, let's test it. 0.5 liter bottle, 1 liter. Goes in too, which is really nice. But this is the maximum. Only 1 liter bottle. So we close. There is no ski hatch, just a plastic thingy. A really nice touch I like in this car is the seat belt holder. When you open the like this, I don't know if you can see it. This is an overview of the headrests. We have here door handles, coat hook, and rear lights. This is very cheap feeling. And by the way, these seats are reclined. As you can see here, we have 2 positions. So if I do this, this is position, this is a straight position, and you can also recline them. There are 3 ways, I guess. Yeah, by moving that bar there, which I will show you in details from the boot. The headrests are adjustable. This is it, yeah. And we have door pockets here, which are really big. And also you can remove this. This is factory, by the way. So this is the rear passenger seat compartment of the Mitsubishi first generation Outlander. See you in the boot. So the boot, or the trunk of the Mitsubishi Outlander first generation. So to open the boot, we go here. This is the actual handle here, and a very, very light tailgate, I must tell you. Very nicely weighted. We have a gate handle here to close it, fairly plasticky. So this is the actual boot or luggage area, and it's 402 liters, which is very small even by compact SUV standards, and which we can extend it to 1049 liters when the seats are folded down completely. So this is the parcel shelf. This is how it's mounted in its place, and when you wanna undo it, release it, and yeah, there. And this is a very smart mechanism, because you can remove this parcel shelf and store it elsewhere. The seats are reclined in their furthest position. As for the actual boot, we have storage compartment down there, as you can see, and protected door sills. Let me first put this back down. And I'm sorry for the clutter, this is not my car. So we have tether hooks here, same on the other side, but it's broken. Storage compartment here, and a 12-volt socket here, 12 volts, as you can see. And yeah, a fairly simple boot. Protected seals here. When you slide things, you don't damage your rear bumper. Does the job. But if you want storage capacity, I don't recommend you buying this car, because it's even smaller than certain estates I read about or I reviewed. Closing, very light tailgate, and yeah, this is your boot of the Outlander. Now we're gonna move to the engine compartment. So we continue our review with the Mitsubishi Outlander first generation engine range, and the offer is fairly simple here. So this car was offered with the 4G63 2-liter double overhead camshaft 16 valve engine with an output of 135 horsepower, like this car. And also from 2004, it was also offered with the 4G63T this time, and T stands for turbo, which is a 2-liter double overhead camshafts inline 4 turbo engine with 240 horsepower. And this is a detuned engine version from the Lancer Evo at the time. Also, we have a 2.4 single overhead camshaft, MyVec inline 4, developing 160 horsepower, and a diesel, a 2.4, code name is 4G64. The engine before this is the 4G69. This is the 4G64, 2.4 double overhead camshaft, GDI diesel inline 4, developing 140 horsepower. All of these engines are combined with the 5-speed manual as we have in this car, or the automatic versions of this car were combined with the Invex 2, the second generation of this technology. The Invex were 5-speed auto or 4-speed auto. Invex stands for Intelligent and Innovative Vehicle Electronic Control System. And in its function, it mimics the Porsche Triptronic system, because it has a auto mode or a clutchless normal mode. And the clutchless normal mode, which is the somehow semi-automatic mode, learns the habits of the driver and adjusts the shifts accordingly. And this is your Mitsubishi Outlander first generation. So there you have it, guys. This was a full in-depth tour and a review plus comments on the Mitsubishi first generation Outlander. I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I did making it. So thank you for watching, and see you next time with another car.